happy Friday
that
to
ended
you.
abruptly.
It was just like, boom.
Good morning.
I have no idea how this video is because we're using my phone on the internet just because of this very big house, and the internet is on the second or first, third, or 12th floor.
Depends on how many other floors walked up. Will tell us how many floors it's on.
Can you? Oh yeah, that's not good.
Good morning. Your back is still sore, Kira?
So can you guys see
Morning.
us?
You just froze.
Oh great. I think it's because we're using internet here as well.
You think?
Yeah, I think we're sharing the internet. So why don't we just shut these down, stick with the video, and just stick with the laptop.
But how do we comment with anybody?
Honey, I'm just saying that this is what we're going to have to do. So hopefully you can hear us. Day 4 in Guanajuato, and we had a great time yesterday at the wine factory. I guess the
winery. It's
winery,
called.
yes, and it's actually a really good brand. I thought it's called the Kuna brand.
Yeah, Kuna, Cuna. Yeah, I was just thinking I could connect to my phone.
Yes, you can actually.
So that way we can still get your chats.
So
just
please
give
tell
me a
us
momentito
if you can hear us. But so at the wine factory or the winery yesterday, we had to go to Dolores Hidalgo, which was originally Dolores before Hidalgo did his cry for independence. So we were at the birthplace of Mexico independence. And I thought, what a great place to be with all of the history, etc.
Exactly.
And then they marched into Guanajuato. Like they walked up the callejones, and the callejones are not streets; they're walkways. And houses all along here are built all in, so there's no way to get to your house carrying your groceries or anything. And we talked a bit about that the other day.
By walking.
There is by walking. So
Lots of stairs.
So yesterday I said to Glenn, I would love to see where you park and walk with you, and then I regretted it the whole time. Because it is a long walk, and Glenn is fit. Now, Glenn was fit before moving to Guanajuato, but I think he is super fit now. And it's funny, the people that live here, there's many super fit people because you need to be fit to live in this town.
It definitely helps. Okay, so I think...
Is anybody hearing us?
Michael said the video just got much better, looks good, and sounds good too now. So
okay,
probably because we took everything off.
The internet, yeah.
So now I'm only on my own.
Woot! So love this place so much.
Yeah. And hi, Clem.
Hello. The streets are very narrow in the centro area because I guess back in the 1800s they weren't thinking, hey, we got to build these streets for cars. The weirdest thing happened, then they made cars. So we had like a donkey place. I guess it was made for donkeys or asses, I guess, if you want to call them that.
Asses?
Yes.
Asses.
So, well, there's apparently a donkey that lives around here somewhere, and it brings stuff up the stairs. So I'm thinking that you want to find a guy with a good donkey if you're going to have wood or anything brought to you.
Yeah.
Or any type of planting materials.
Cleaning our work supplies, So yeah, Mike had said it was very choppy and now it's better. Okay.
What work supplies?
Like building supplies, building supplies.
Absolutely.
That's what I was trying to say.
You need a donkey for that. I'm just saying.
I'm just listening to that yell out there to see what it is.
The gas guy?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we heard a very sick rooster somewhere in the neighborhood.
And very loud chihuahuas next door.
Oh yeah, there's a herd of chihuahuas. There's probably 15 at least, and I'm not even exaggerating. There is a lot of chihuahuas. And how do you have that many chihuahuas? Why would you have that many chihuahuas?
A bug just flew on me.
So it's a bright day here. We're very happy about that.
It's warm in the sun.
When we came back yesterday from Dolores Hidalgo, It was foggy and rainy, and the women
on a super twisty, turny road.
The women in the vehicle seemed like they were afraid for their lives. The men were like,
15 degrees feels like 14. That's what we're dealing with, people.
The guys did not care that the women were terrified.
No. The guys did not care.
And it was cool.
And you know what? Did you notice Glenn did not yell at his wife?
That was nice.
I know.
He's a nice man.
He's a nice man.
Yeah.
He's just showing off.
He was showing off. And I was showing off too by not yelling at you.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, you thought something. I know what she thinks.
You have no idea.
So today we're going to have carnitas for breakfast. Very excited about that. And carnitas is when they take a big metal pot, throw in some fat, and throw in the entire pig. And then you pick out what part you want. Do you want an ear? Do you want a testicle? I don't know.
Do you know how sweet Glenn is? You know what he bought? Just meat. That's what his wife prefers, and that's what I prefer.
See, and I don't really care. I'll have whatever it is that the people are eating.
And that is my life.
Yeah, it kind of is. So I don't know why people would care. Christie's like, it's texture. It's cilantro. It's tomatoes. It's mushrooms. And the list goes on.
That's
and
not
on
true.
And on.
There's not a lot of things I don't like.
Okay. Well, you don't like the pork other than the pure meat.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people that fall into that category. Not everybody likes to watch or eat.
Christie.
Tanya doesn't like it.
I think she's just being kind for you.
Her husband told me that. She didn't tell me that.
He's just doing that to be nice to you.
Well, maybe you should take lessons.
I don't know.
You're married to me. He's just my friend sometimes.
So we found out the independence of Mexico probably started, and maybe it's part of the story. We don't know. But Hidalgo.
Good morning, Pat, and good morning, Leslie.
So it's Dolores
Mom,
Hidalgo.
Good morning.
There was a priest called Hidalgo, and him and his brother had a winery, and the Spaniards came to punish him as a priest owning a winery. They burnt the winery down. That made him mad.
It would make me mad,
It would make me mad also. Those grapes tasted so flippin' amazing.
I had Cabernet Sauvignon grapes. Never had them before. I drink the juice a lot.
We've never been to a winery in our life.
Yeah.
And it was great to see how it all works. But the grapes are so tiny. They're tiny grapes. Yeah. And they also grow table grapes just to mix in to change the sweetness, etc.
They sell them. They sell the table grapes.
Oh.
So I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this, but my daughter got engaged.
Yay!
So Shay and Matt are going to get married.
Why would you say anything?
Why shouldn't I?
Well, I'm just saying, what if she's like going to be like, oh my God, now the world knows, and I'm just going to feel this incredible pressure to actually marry him.
Good.
Actually, Matt, we like Matt a lot. A lot. So I think we decided that if she wasn't going to marry him, we would keep Matt and just
Well, we weren't sure who we'd keep, but we were leaning towards Matt.
Yeah, Matt's a good man. He really is a good guy. So I think it's a great decision. Another addition to our family eventually.
This is a very excited mom. I'll just put it that way.
It was. Oh, it's so much so that you actually shared something that maybe shouldn't have been shared. So now you're going to have to call her and apologize.
Nope. She didn't say don't tell anybody. She just said I want to tell you first.
That was kind of nice. That was very nice.
That's right. So and she's traveling anyway. She won't see this show.
They're in Utah right now.
Yeah.
And it's cool. They're spending 3 weeks to travel from Alberta down to Mexico, and they're just hiking along the way.
Yeah.
So they park and they hike, which is weird. I don't know why they just don't walk.
All the way?
Yeah. 3 weeks sounds about right.
You think with all your luggage and stuff?
I wouldn't bring luggage.
No? What would you wear?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't
just
even
something
want
to think about.
I don't even want to.
Tonight is going to be happy hour. I don't know where we're doing happy hour.
Luna, right? Is that what it's called? Luna? Bar Luna.
Okay. And we're just resting all day just to go there. It's like you have to psych yourself up to happy hour. You have to go through anger, bitterness, hatred, and then happy. It's the happy hour.
You are a lunatic.
Quite possibly.
For sure.
We've talked about this previously. It's not medically diagnosed, but I'm pretty sure it would be.
Oh,
so
yeah.
what did we do yesterday? Yesterday we walked around Guanajuato, had breakfast at a lovely, lovely place called Huaracanes.
Huacanes. Huacanes?
Okay. Oh, the boxes.
Oh, the ones that were up on the roof, the little crates.
So they're crates of fruit. Huacanes. So that's cool. And the prices were absolutely amazing.
Yeah, and I had chilaquiles with chipotle. Oh my gosh, they were good.
I had a huarache, which is a sandal. They call it like a sandal or something. And it was a very thin, it's like a Mexico pizza, I guess. But it's in the shape of a sandal. But it was a very thin, normally
Crust,
the ones
yeah.
I have them very thicker, almost like a sope. But yeah, it's like a Mexico pizza. It was very lovely. The food was really good there. So thanks again to Tanya and Glenn for bringing us to nice places. We haven't had a bad meal yet.
Well, kinda.
When?
Last night's wasn't great.
It wasn't, but we weren't hungry. You don't go to an all-you-can-eat meat buffet when you're not hungry.
True.
Who does that? It wasn't terrible.
No, the food was actually quite tasty. But John's right. We just weren't that. I mean, because with the wine tasting, we did get a fairly big plate of cheese and meats, and
way better than the luxury cruise by Vallarta Adventures, because they bring out a charcuterie board which is teeny tiny for two people, and you're lucky if the grapes stay on there because you're waving in the boat and it's like, oh, there goes that.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? You would want to have something where it's higher. Now, the place that we went yesterday, they served plates with lids, like edges around the edge. The edges around the edge. They had edges. The plates had edges
around the edge.
And I thought that was they should do that on the boats in Vallarta, because that way it holds your food on the plate.
But then they have to spend money.
That's not a bad idea.
That marmalade that came with
it was a guava marmalade, and it was so good.
And we all forgot to ask at the end, because we bought some wine. We all forgot to ask at the end if he did have some to sell.
Well, I wanted because you ladies were like, we got wine.
I only bought 2 bottles.
I know, but you don't need jam after you got wine.
The jam was for you. You love jam.
I know, and I shouldn't have so much jam.
Well, then it's good we didn't buy it.
It's probably better.
I'm happy.
Yeah. You are happy because you got wine.
I also wanted to ask about the olive oil, because they make olive oil there too.
They do
and
have
I
an
forgot about
olive oil too, and it was a really neat winery because they have 80 employees. They keep them employed all year round.
Yeah.
So they've got alfalfa fields, they've got animals. So it's not just
olive
a
trees,
winery. Yeah,
and then the grapevines.
So they tend to all of these.
Hi, Helen. How are you?
Farm all year round, and I think they said it was 200.
And Roxanne McKenzie is going there hell or high water this season. It is a beautiful, beautiful little town.
It is. You see some of it behind us because we just had to do that.
Yeah.
Now, we're probably getting darker because the sun is going down.
The sun's going down, yeah.
I have it on a fixed thing. So the sun goes down at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock every day here. It gets dark. After 1 o'clock, you're living in the darkness.
Just like in Alaska.
We're on the same latitude as Alaska. If you look on a map, there's Alaska and us.
We're really not. Really not.
But it feels cold like Alaska.
It does feel cold. So that is a rookie mistake. You talking about not asking about the extras just beside the wine, or just only buying 2 bottles of wine?
Yeah.
You know, Larry, it could be either or.
But you did get their expensive wine. They have one that they've won a lot of awards for their wine. It is the largest winery in all of Guanajuato, but it's also one of the biggest ones in Mexico, because there are other areas. Because it's weird how the wine grows here. There's like this microclimate where
the grapes
it all grows.
grow. The wine doesn't grow.
The grapes grow. So thanks, honey. She's always correcting me. She's always good to me.
It's because you're usually wrong.
Whatever. So apparently where wine is supposed to grow, we're in the wrong latitude. but because of this microclimate, it has to get certain warm and cold, and it gets up to, I think you said 35 and 5 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees.
Yeah.
That's kind of the spread that it has to be in for these things to grow. And it's perfect because it never gets freezing, and it never, after 35 sounds kind of hot to me. It is, yes. We do wonder if Tanya's growing.
Oh, all you could eat.
Yeah, Tanya and Glenn both look freaking amazing. They live in this Sherpa village. You have to be a Sherpa to live here.
Sherpa village.
And they're carrying stuff, and it's always working out. They don't have memberships to the gym because you don't need a gym. Just you're living in a gym.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm okay with that. So I think if we were to live here for 2 or 3 months, we would be fit.
Well, it depends on what our lifestyle was, because we could live in Guanajuato and not live on the Cajon.
No, but you have to live in a Cajon because that's just.
But that's tough with real estate.
Why?
Because we'd have to walk to wherever we park the car,
or but that's
carry people on our shoulders to go show them property.
But that is how you stay fit. But then again, after doing this, now I understand Tanya's whole point about being exhausted looking at houses.
I mean, it can be exhausting in Bucerias too.
But look at all of the larger than life people in Bucerias, Vallarta, versus here. The people here, oh my gosh, they just look good.
You've said that like 7 million times already.
Because they do.
Apparently.
And men. I'm checking out men too. I'm an equal opportunist checker outer. No, but I'm just talking about their girth and stuff because I'm a bigger guy.
Are you?
I'm a bigger guy. And I noticed big guys and big girls. And here, I think it's...
That breeze is cold.
How would I know? I'm not wearing a coat.
I need a blanket. I don't really need a blanket.
So yesterday, I did bring my coat with me because you do need a coat here. It's weird. There are times when you don't because if the sun is out and it's not windy. But we found out from Tanya that Guanajuato means like the sound of the frogs. And they say that the breezes here is what that sound is. I don't hear it. But there's a lot of stories in this place that just aren't true. But who knows? Maybe
they're called legends.
Legends. That's Guanajuato. That's what it means. So it's good marketing because they have a kissing balcony that apparently there are 2 callejons, like one callejon. You've got 2 houses across from each other, and they're just like this little narrow spot. And apparently the owners are fighting, and the photographer is fighting. Because these people all get paid to take this picture in this Romeo Juliet, but they've created these legends to go with the house. Now, the owners are fighting. We're very sad about that.
So apparently it's closed. We can't go and do it.
Those bastards. How dare they?
I did say that I wouldn't pay to kiss John. Just saying.
You used to pay me all the time.
I don't think so.
She did. Like it was
to leave me alone, maybe.
No, it was to kiss you. It was a romance for hire. That's how we met. And I just felt so bad for her, I decided to marry her.
Oh my God. I love your version of history. That's interesting.
It's a legend.
And it changes every time you tell it, just like La Yaro. Yeah.
There is a story about a woman called La Llorona. And it changes. Each area has different models of it. In the southern United States, they have another version. And it starts off with this woman. Maybe she was married to another man and the man died. Maybe she divorced her husband. Maybe the husband had an affair. But she ends up murdering her children. She drowns them. She feels such sorrow and grief, she takes her own life. And now she just wanders around the lake, just mourning her children. And she's there in this like purgatory until she finds her children. And this is the thing. Moms and dads tell their kids this story so they don't go play around the lake
so
or they go to bed at night because you don't want La Llorona showing up in your bedroom. Who does that to kids?
You just wish that you knew that legend before when our kids were little and they believed you.
I did. See, I would go, Good night, guys. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And I go like, hey, what's that moving under your bed? Oh, well, good night. And close the door. And they never moved. They were terrified to move. So it's the way to just keep your kids in bed.
You're so full of it.
Yeah, well, So what are we doing today? Yeah, it's just we're waiting for the day. I think we're going to do a little shopping today, right?
We have no plans. Tanya has to go to the dentist with Kimberly, so.
Yeah. But Tanya's teeth look fine. Why does she have to go to the dentist?
With Kimberly.
Oh, the braces. Unfortunately, braces are kind of like...
She has a loose bracket.
It's like you've got barbed wire in your mouth. And every once in a while, the barbed wire comes out and you're cutting your mouth up. And you've got to go to the doctor because the doctor needs to fix the barbed wire. And most of the doctors here, I found out, were farmers who installed barbed wire.
John was a male tramp. That's from Larry. And Leslie goes, whoa, what's in the wine glass?
Take a guess.
It is like sangria. What is it again? Claricot. I forgot the name.
We did not know what Claricot was, and
it's
now we know.
Wine, a little bit of wine, some orange juice, and some soda water.
She also has coffee.
And I also have coffee,
but she hasn't touched the coffee since the Claricot came out.
I did. The coffee's cold now, and the Claricot's supposed to be cold.
Now, that is a very interesting thing about here versus Bucerias. If you have a beer in Bucerias, you have to drink it fast or it warms up. Here, nothing warms up.
You take your time because it keeps getting colder as you sit out.
It's flipping amazing. It's like colder than when I pulled it out of the fridge.
No, it hasn't been that cold here.
No.
We haven't experienced...
No, but it lasts cold a long time here.
It does. And your glasses sweat a little bit, but, I mean, the ice in this would have been melted. If I was sitting out in Bucerias, because I think it's like 28 degrees right now back home.
Wow.
And it's not that I miss the heat.
I miss the heat. And Christie's a very...
But I do miss some warmth. I don't wear socks or shoes. I mean, I wear shoes if I'm walking out, but so my feet are cold.
She is in bare feet right now. I am wearing socks and shoes.
But I have a sweater on.
That's just smart.
It is a very light sweater.
It is a light sweater.
I told Glenn I'm going to bring a shawl to put over top for tonight because it'll be probably cool.
So we are heading out right now to get our day started. Actually, we're going to have our carnitas, which are the pig. I love pig. But it's all boring. There's no ears, no snouts,
no butt,
no cheeks, no testicles, no boy parts, no girl parts, nothing. It's just pure meat.
So it'll be good.
Well, you'll eat it.
It'll be good.
All right, guys.
Have a great day.
Thanks
for joining us this morning.
Remember, Christy used to pay me to date her.
Have a wonderful weekend. And you'll see me next week. John, I'm not sure. I don't know if we'll be on Monday. Tuesday we'll be traveling. Actually, we'll be home Tuesday. We can probably do it Tuesday when we get home, actually.
We are going to be home early on
Tuesday. Because we have to leave here. Like, our flight...
At 5 o'clock.
Our flight leaves at 7:15.
And we have to actually go down the Callejons like homeless people with our luggage. And I'm excited about that.
All right. Have a good weekend. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye, guys. This is the awkward part here, you know.
It's only awkward because you make it awkward.